Every once in a while, you meet a woman who changes the atmosphere the moment she enters the room. She doesn't need attention, but she gets it. She's not flashy, but somehow, everyone notices. It's not just her looks. It's something deeper, the way she carries herself, the energy she gives off, the peace she seems to hold within. She doesn't chase admiration. She lives in alignment. And that quiet, grounded confidence? It's magnetic. This isn't a story about glamour or perfection. It's about presence. It's about a woman who knows who she is and lets that truth shine through every habit, every gesture, every day. Her beauty isn't loud. It's lasting. Not because she's trying to be irresistible, but because she's chosen to be intentional. In the pages ahead, we'll walk through 12 simple but profound habits. Not rules, not trends, but ways of living that turn ordinary days into something quietly extraordinary. Chapter 1. Hair as a crown. Her hair isn't perfect, but it's cared for. You can tell. It shines not just with health, but with intention. For her, hair is more than style. It's a symbol of self-respect. Whether worn loose and soft or tied back with purpose, it reflects the way she honors her body. She doesn't rely on constant salon visits or trends. She builds rituals, deep conditioning treatments, scalp massage, regular trims. She reads her hair like a map, adjusting when it's dry, protecting when it's overworked. And when she looks in the mirror, it's not to critique, it's to connect. A healthy head of hair, for her, is a quiet celebration of discipline and softness at once. In seasons of change, she might cut it short, letting go of what no longer serves her. Or she might let it grow wild, embracing softness and ease. But either way, she owns it, because her hair isn't just a feature. It's a reflection of how deeply she shows up for herself. Chapter 2. The power of posture. Before she says a word, her body speaks. Shoulders gently back, chin lifted, spine tall. She moves like she means it. Posture, to her, is a kind of inner compass. When life pulls her down, she rises anyway, not for show, but for strength. She understands that how she carries herself shapes how she's received, but more than that, it shapes how she feels. Standing tall isn't just aesthetic, it's somatic. Her breath moves more freely, her thoughts more clearly. She feels grounded, centered, present. Her walk is never hurried. It's not rehearsed. It's rhythmic, connected to her breath, her pace, her power. And that presence? It draws others in without effort. She doesn't enter a room trying to dominate. She simply arrives, fully. Chapter 3. A signature scent. Long after she's gone, you still remember her, not by the sound of her voice, but by the whisper of her scent. She doesn't drench herself in perfume. Instead, she wears it like a secret, soft, subtle, and deeply personal. A trace of rose, a hint of cedar, maybe a warm touch of vanilla. It's not just pleasant. It's unmistakably her. Her fragrance doesn't scream. It lingers. It invites curiosity. It turns heads not with volume, but with memory. She chooses her scent the way she chooses her words. Intentionally. Some days light and floral, others deeper and grounded. What she wears is never random. It reflects how she feels, where she's going, what part of herself she's showing that day. Scent, for her, is soul language. Not decoration, but identity. And when she walks away, she doesn't leave emptiness. She leaves a trail of presence. Chapter 4. Graceful communication. She doesn't raise her voice to be heard. She raises her presence. When she speaks, it's with care. Each word chosen, each pause purposeful. Her tone is calm, but it carries. Not because it's loud, but because it's clear. She listens more than she talks. And when she does speak, it's not to dominate, it's to connect. Her kindness isn't weakness. Her empathy isn't indecision. She's soft-spoken, but never uncertain. Boundaries come wrapped in grace. She can say no without apology, yes without hesitation, and not now without guilt. She doesn't need to prove her point to validate her power. She just states it, and lets silence do the rest. Her communication style leaves people feeling heard, seen, and steady. Not overwhelmed, but anchored. In a world of oversharing and underlistening, She chooses something rarer. Presence over performance. Depth over drama. Clarity over clamor. And that makes her not just easy to talk to, but hard to forget. Chapter 5. Smiling with the soul. Her smile isn't polished. It's true. It doesn't arrive on command or fade with tension. It shows up like sunlight breaking through clouds. Warm, sudden, undeniable. She smiles because she sees joy, not because everything is perfect, but because she's practiced gratitude long enough to find beauty even in the cracks. Her smile isn't just facial. It's full body energy. It reaches her eyes, softens her shoulders, lifts the room. And when things go wrong, she still smiles, not out of denial, but resilience. She's lived enough to know that every storm passes. Every dark moment eventually gives way to light. People don't just remember her smile. They remember how it made them feel calm, lighter, more hopeful. Her smile doesn't say, "Look at me." It says, "It's okay. We're in this together." Chapter 6. The Art of Movement. She doesn't rush. She arrives. Her movements are quiet statements of intention. Whether she's walking across a room or reaching for her keys, there's rhythm in her step, balance in her pace, and grace in the way she takes up space. Her walk isn't exaggerated. It's grounded. She leads with presence, not performance. Each step feels purposeful, not because she wants to impress, but because she honors the moment. And when she enters a room, people feel it, not because she demands attention, but because she brings stillness with her. There's no clatter in her gestures, no tension in her pace. She's fluid, like water that knows exactly where it's flowing. Eye contact is her unspoken handshake. When she looks at you, you feel seen. She doesn't scan the room. She lands softly, fully, and listens even before speaking. Movement, for her, is a form of communication, a way to speak without saying a word. And what it says is simple, but unforgettable. I know where I'm going, and I'm already whole. Chapter 7. The skin she honors. Her skin isn't flawless. It's honest. It carries the softness of care, the glow of hydration, the calm of consistency. She doesn't mask herself with layers. She reveals herself with ritual. Gentle cleansing, sun protection, natural oils. She trusts in the slow work of nourishment over the quick fix of cover-up. Her skincare isn't just about beauty. It's about a relationship, one she's been building for years. Every night, she returns to it like a ceremony. Every morning, she starts with it like a grounding. She understands that radiant skin isn't about hiding. It's about healing. And when her skin glows, it's not for the world. It's a quiet gift to herself. Chapter 8. Speaking less, meaning more. She isn't silent, she's selective. She doesn't rush to respond or overfill space with words. Instead, she listens longer, thinks deeper, and speaks only when there's something real to say. Her voice doesn't chase approval. It carries weight. People lean in when she talks. Not because she's loud, but because she's rare. In a world full of noise, she brings pause. She knows that mystery isn't about secrecy. It's about self-possession. Not everything needs to be shared to be powerful. Some things are more magnetic when left to the imagination. She's not withholding. She's intentional. She lets others earn her story, layer by layer. And when she does open up, it feels like being trusted with something sacred. Her presence lingers long after the conversation ends. Because the less she says, the more meaning she carries. And in that space of restraint, people find depth, curiosity, and the quiet ache to know more. Chapter 9. Hands that reflect the heart. Her hands tell a quieter story, not manicured to perfection, but cared for with devotion. They're soft from moisture, strong from purpose. Whether she's pouring tea, adjusting a sleeve, or offering a comforting touch, there's grace in the way she moves. She doesn't use her hands to grab attention. She uses them to offer presence. To write, to create, to comfort, to steady. Clean, natural nails. Skin that's soothed, not scrubbed. Her hands speak not of extravagance, but of thoughtfulness. Because how she treats her hands is how she treats life. Gently, intentionally, with dignity. Chapter 10. Rooted confidence. She's not trying to be the loudest voice in the room. She's just standing in her truth. Her confidence doesn't come from being told she's enough. It comes from knowing she is. She walks with clarity, not because she's never doubted, but because she's chosen herself again and again. In quiet moments, in hard decisions, in the times no one noticed. She doesn't need everyone to understand her, just herself. That's what makes her unshakable. Rooted confidence isn't showy. It's steady. And when you meet a woman who lives from that place, you feel it. You trust it. You trust her. Chapter 11. A personal style. She dresses like she knows herself, and she does. Her wardrobe doesn't follow rules. It follows feeling. Fabrics that move with her. Colors that echo her mood. A scarf from a market in Lisbon. A worn-in jacket that's seen heartbreak and joy. She doesn't dress to be seen. She dresses to reflect. To align her outer world with the truth she carries inside. And the result? She always looks right. Not trendy, not flashy, but hers. Her style doesn't impress. It reveals. Chapter 12. Elegance in crisis. She doesn't panic. She pauses. When everything around her unravels, she becomes still. Not out of fear, but because she understands the power of grace under pressure. Her voice stays even. Her gaze soft but focused. She doesn't rush to fix, but she never turns away. In her calm, others find their footing. She's not immune to chaos. She just refuses to mirror it. Her elegance isn't performance. It's practice. She breathes before reacting. She speaks when she's ready. And in doing so, she brings peace where there was once noise. Even when trembling inside, she carries herself with dignity. Not for applause, but because she knows who she is, especially when tested. And that quiet strength? It changes rooms. She's not irresistible because she tries to be. She's irresistible because she chooses herself, again and again, with intention, care, and a kind of quiet courage that doesn't demand validation. These habits, these moments, they're not magic. They're practice. The way she moves, speaks, cares, listens, dresses, walks, waits, and shows up, not to impress, but to honor. Because she knows that beauty fades. Applause fades. But presence, true presence endures. She isn't defined by her youth or her wardrobe or her glow. She's defined by how she inhabits her life. Fully, softly, firmly, with elegance not just in appearance, but in character. You can't bottle that. You can't fake it, but you can build it. In the way you breathe, the way you choose your words, the way you rise each morning and touch the world with just enough tenderness to leave it brighter. She didn't become irresistible by being someone else. She became irresistible the day she stopped asking permission to be herself.